When your dog walks on you at night, do you actually know what they're trying to say? It may seem random, annoying, or just part of their nighttime routine, but behind that heavy paw on your chest, there's something deeper that most people miss. It's one of the clearest messages your dog can send when the house goes quiet. And if you respond the wrong way, which most owners do, you might be sending the wrong message back. Let's start with why they choose that exact moment in the first place. They're checking if you're still alive. Why does your dog always seem to step right on your chest, lean their heavy head on your throat, or push their nose right into your face? Of all the places on the bed to sleep, why there? Because those are the exact spots where your breathing is most obvious. Your dog isn't just wandering around aimlessly. They are running a survival check on the pack leader. In the wild, sleeping next to a pack member that stops breathing is a serious threat. So when your dog steps on your chest and feels it rise, or walks near your face and catches the warmth of your breath, they're confirming one thing: you're still here, and you are functioning. And there's a reason they do this at night. When the house goes dark, you aren't moving, you aren't talking, you aren't issuing commands. To them, the leader of the pack has basically gone offline. So they come to check, but here's the part that might surprise you. There's a much deeper reason your dog keeps choosing you as their landing spot at 3 a.m. And it goes all the way back to when they were a puppy in the litter. I'll get to that one last, because honestly, it changes the way you see every single nighttime visit. They're secretly claiming you from the rest of the house. Ever wonder why your dog doesn't just sleep on the floor next to your bed? Why do they have to physically walk across your body, or sleep with their heavy paws draped over your legs? Here's what's actually happening. Your dog has scent glands in their paw pads, and they rely heavily on physical contact for resource guarding. Every time they step on you or lay their weight across you, they are leaving behind a chemical signature and a physical barrier. It's a move that screams ownership to any other pet or person in the house. This isn't just random affection. This is biology doing its thing. During the day, you shower, you go outside, you interact with the world. By the time you get into bed, your dog feels the need to re-establish their connection to their most valuable resource, you. They walk across you, press their weight into you, and essentially say, "This human is mine." Researchers studying canine pack dynamics note that dogs in multi-pet households do this significantly more. When there's competition for the owner's attention, physical claiming becomes urgent. So next time your dog drops their entire body weight on your legs at 2 a.m., just know they're not being annoying. They're renewing the lease. And hey, if your dog just earned a little more respect for tonight, hit like and subscribe so we can reach more owners who have no idea what their dog is doing for them in the dark. They heard something you completely missed. Have you ever been dead asleep and suddenly your dog just stands up on the bed out of nowhere? No warning, no buildup. Just paws on your chest and ears perked, staring at the door like something's about to walk in. That's not paranoia. That's your dog reacting to something real. Dogs can hear frequencies up to 45,000 hertz, and they can hear sounds from 4 times further away than we can. That means your dog is picking up on things that literally don't exist in your world. A pipe shifting, a raccoon in the yard, the faint hum of an engine down the street. You slept through all of it. Your dog did. And here's what makes this interesting. When they hear a potential threat at night, their instinct is to protect the pack. And at night, you are the most vulnerable member of the pack because you are unconscious. By standing over you or stepping on you, they are physically positioning themselves between you and the door. They aren't trying to wake you up to play. They are standing guard. Even when they look completely passed out next to you, part of their brain is still scanning the perimeter. Your body is their personal heater. Why does your dog always end up on the warmest part of the bed, usually pressed right up against your back or curling into the back of your knees? This one's pure biology. A dog's resting body temperature sits around 38.5 to 39 degrees Celsius, which is higher than yours. That means they burn through body heat faster, especially at night when the house cools down. So they go looking for the next best thing, you. But here's what most people don't realize. They're not just plopping down anywhere. They are actually scanning for the thermal hotspots. That's why you'll feel them walk slowly across the bed, circle 3 times, and then finally wedge themselves tightly against your spine or your chest. That whole circling routine that feels random, it's a thermal and comfort map. They are stepping across different zones of the bed until they land on the warmest, most secure spot. You'll notice this behavior gets much more intense in winter, not because your dog suddenly loves you more in December, but because the temperature gap between the house and their body gets bigger, and you become even more valuable as a heat source. They're trying to get you up on purpose. Ever notice how sometimes your dog doesn't just walk on you and settle down? They walk on you, then nudge your hand with their cold nose, then let out a low whine, and then gently paw at your face until you physically cannot ignore them anymore. That's not affection. That's a campaign. Dogs have incredibly accurate internal clocks, governed by their circadian rhythm. If you feed them or take them for a walk around the same time every morning, their body tells them when that time is approaching. They don't need an alarm clock. A study from the University of Zurich on animal anticipation found that dogs can predict routines with shocking accuracy. So, when your dog starts walking on you at 5:45 a.m. and breakfast is usually at 6 a.m., that's not a coincidence. That's planning. The other reason, they need to go to the bathroom. If your dog is suddenly pacing on top of you in the middle of the night, do not ignore it. They are desperately trying to tell the pack leader they need to go outside. But here's the thing most people get wrong. If you get up and play with them, or feed them early just to get them to stop, you're not solving the problem. You're training them. They learn very quickly that walking on your face gets results, and once that connection clicks, good luck unclicking it. The puppy pile instinct. Remember in the beginning when I said there's a deeper reason your dog keeps choosing you as their landing spot at 3 a.m.? Something that goes all the way back to when they were a puppy? This is that moment. If your dog walks on you, circles a few times, and then collapses with a heavy sigh, pressing their back firmly against yours, that behavior is rooted in their earliest days of life. When puppies are born, they cannot regulate their own body temperature, and they are completely blind and deaf. Their only source of safety, warmth, and survival is piling directly on top of their mother and their littermates. This is known as a puppy pile. That instinct for close, heavy physical contact doesn't go away when they grow up. It stays programmed into their nervous system their entire life. So when your adult dog climbs on top of you in the middle of the night, leaning their heavy weight against your chest or back, their brain is replaying the closest thing they have to a childhood memory. And the reason they're doing it with you is because in that moment, your warmth, your breathing, and your heartbeat feel like the safest place they've ever known. To them, you aren't just their owner, you are their pack.